President Trump is easing regulations designed to protect the environment. His EPA administrator says they're a burden on industry and the rollback will spur the economy. In tonight's Eye on America, David Schecter looks at the impact of this in Houston, branded by the American Lung Association as one of the most polluted cities in the nation.
We're back in Houston, talking to folks who live next to an oil refinery.
Do you know what's in the air?
No, to be honest, we don't. I don't. And I've been here my whole life.
When we first visited here in December, President Donald Trump had just been elected, promising the energy industry he would roll back environmental regulations that protect air quality.
Last thing we want around here is some sort of cancer cluster.
Now that he's in office, Trump's Environmental Protection Agency is slashing and reconsidering dozens of rules designed to fight pollution and firing many of the EPA staffers who enforce the rules that remain.
I think of pollution as a silent, invisible killer.
Dr. Winston Liao at the University of Houston treats patients who run a higher risk of lung disease, asthma, and heart attacks due to emissions from oil refineries, chemical plants, and coal plants.
How much do we know about how the air in Houston affects human health?
There are these tiny particles, and they're so small that they bypass a lot of our defenses, and then they start injuring all sorts of tissue in our body.
A 2018 study from Rice University found pollution from this Houston area coal plant contributed to 177 premature deaths a year. In April, the Trump administration gave 68 plants, including this one, a 2-year exemption from complying with federal regulations intended to lower mercury emissions, a powerful toxin affecting the brain. CBS News analyzed the Trump administration's exemptions and found that nearly 65% of these plants are located within 3 miles of low-income minority communities.
Bottom line is who's more at risk are poor people.
Ben Jealous is the executive director of the Sierra Club, the environmental advocacy group that led an effort to close almost 2/3 of the country's coal plants.
When you start increasing production at coal-fired power plant, you're going to kill more people, and you're going to cause more heart attacks, and you're going to cause more asthma attacks.
In a statement, the owner of the plant, NRG, writes its coal units operate in compliance with the current mercury air toxic standards. And the Trump administration, in a statement to CBS News, says Biden-era coal plant regulations strain our electrical grid and undermine our national security by leaving America vulnerable to electricity shortages.
The argument that we need reliable energy is not valid?
The argument that coal gives you more reliable energy isn't valid. Solar, wind, and batteries gives you the most reliable, the most resilient grid.
And most importantly, he says, for the people in Houston and across the country, the least pollution. For Eye on America, I'm David Schecter in Houston.